Hi Flosstubes, Nerissa from Nerissa's Stitching Lifestyle in Christchurch, New Zealand. Welcome. Today is Thursday, 26th of June, I believe. I know it's Thursday, I'm pretty sure that's the date. 2025. This is my Flosstube channel about my cross-stitch journey. Welcome. Welcome if you're a returning subscriber. Welcome if this is your first time checking out my channel. I hope you see something that you like. If you're new, you can probably tell from behind me, I love samplers. I love samplers and I love Christmas stitching, so you kind of get a bit of both. And the odd other little thing, but they're mostly what I like to stitch. Alright, so I was quite busy last weekend and didn't get a chance to film, so we're making up for it today. Done all the jobs. I forgot the cat biscuits, but they'll be right. They've still got enough for tonight and breakfast tomorrow. We'll get some more tomorrow when I go back to work. Supermarket's right opposite work. We'll get that sorted. Okay, so I had a finish. Yay! The Scarlett House. What are you called? Icy Red. I'm stitched mine on a piece of 40 count decrepit from number 12 Stitch Co on Etsy, and I used Country Cottage Threads Canna Lily, which was a gift from Jude. And I love how this colour came out. Here we go. Here's my little wee sampler. My little red thread sampler. I'm going to make that into, I think a cushion. So I think that will be quite cute. It's very cool. So yay. And that is actually one of my projects from Stash Sampler Starts 2024 last year. So I'm really pleased to have that off my list. I'm going to drop things behind me again today. Seems to be the new motto. Alright. On the couch next to me here is all the samplers I've worked on. And there's quite a few. So we'll start with the red thread. Oops, I'm going to move a wee bit. Sorry, guys. All right. My red thread today, Harriet Salt by Hands Across Sea Samplers. We're making great progress on this. Stitches on this every single day. This is my morning stitch currently. And it gets about 3 threads, which is about an hour. So pretty much a motif. I try and get a motif or half a motif if it's a really full one done in the morning before I go to work. Red threads. This is red thread ready for tomorrow. It's not attached. Oh my gosh, but it doesn't want to move. It's static. There we go. Not attached. Okay. So we're over halfway. Harriet is being stitched on 56 count, just plain white art, or 55. Sometimes it comes in it's labelled 55, sometimes it comes in it's labelled 56. Kingston linen. So cream colour, stitched with number 103 silk threads. Should have done this before I went and got the groceries instead of in other jobs before, instead of doing this second. Colour number 648, 103 silk threads. So it's kind of a burgundy colour. I'm loving how this is turning out. And where was I last time? I think I'd done all this. I definitely finished all that row, I'm pretty sure. And this is what I've got to. Maybe I've done a little bit in here, but I'm pretty sure these are what I've got to in the last few weeks. I know this one was this morning, and finishing off that one, that was the day before, day before, day before, day before, day before. Some of them take a lot. There's a lot of stitching in like these big full bands compared to like these. This one took like 1.5 threads to do, and the other 1.5 finished off this row. This one took 3 threads to do the whole row. This one took 6 threads. So it just depends. Some of them are really full. But enjoying working on Harriet. She's my, like I said, red thread today with my stitchy girls. Or ladies. Sorry, ladies. So loving working on Harriet. Drop that in there. Okay. Another one I've been concentrating on, and I did stitch on this last night again before. Normally once it's had its couple of days, I don't stitch on anything again until I've filmed. But I did pull out And They Sinned from Examplars from the Heart. Now she's almost as tall as I am. She comes up to about here. And I'm not tall. I'm only 5'2.5". So she's a big girl. On 40 count, called for threads. So when we were last update, we'd done all of this and we'd started working on down here. And I've worked more on down here. So I'm just going to show you the bottom half because I've got it folded over. I'll flip it so you can see. Here's all the top stitching. Just it's getting too hard to show otherwise. But this is where I worked on the picture at the bottom. So what did I do? The swan in the pond, this tree. I think the bottom half of this, because this is where the guy is with the fishing pole that comes out over here. I think that's what I've done in this one. I'd only just started this tree. Little bits in between, and I've done a few more rows of the green. So there is 2 colours of green, but at the moment I'm only putting 1 in until I get across. Oops, and that just came off its clip. And then I am going to start bringing in the other green once I get to the bottom, which is not much more to go. So that one there, here on my face today, that one there is this tree here. There's one more tree, little bit of trees and shrubs and animals along there, the other side of what's around the pond, and then they've got words at the bottom here, and it does say I have wrought 8-01 and finished by my hand 202. I'm not going to put that in. I'm going to put my name and the year that I finished this. Okay, because that's what I want, and I'm going to do it, I've decided, in at least my capital letters in Algerian eyelets. I'm going to backtrack. Hold on. Once I have finished all the motifs and I know how tall my space is and how wide my space is, I will then work out if I'm going to do it all in Algerian eyelets or if I'm just going to do my capital letters in Algerian eyelets. I haven't decided because it's all, the square is all full coverage. But I want to bring in something different into it. And I think that will work. I know I've got, I'm going to have to undo it, aren't we? Hold one moment, please. That side, if I turn it over, I've got another project underneath on the back of the board. Okay, I know I did originally leave a little gap here to put my name, but I'm going to fill that up with something else. I haven't decided yet, but I will come up with something, whether it's even little animals or little flowers. I'll fill that gap up. I'm definitely made my decision, and I'm putting my name at the bottom of the sampler. Which will be from about here across to about here. So this girl is getting about 4 days a fortnight, double what I'm giving the other samplers at the moment, because I really want to get this one finished. I'm so enjoying stitching on it, but I definitely want to get it finished. Okay, we're just going to do a little shuffle around. Excuse me for one moment, because that's going to be stitched on again today while this is all uploading. So you know what I'm working on today. Okay, so while we have this board out, my little Christmas stitch that I'm working on for one of the ones for Christmas in July, which we discussed last video, was Mrs. Claus's cookbook. So I thought the other day I'll get it out and I'll finish getting the framework done. I didn't get very far, let's just say that. I had these 2 recipe pages all done, and I did the framework for the next 2 and then kind of gave up on doing some more framework, but I started in on recipe number 3. So I'm just picking this up random when I don't feel like working on the sampler, which is not very often. And we'll see, we might try and come down and do the other lot of pages down here ready to go, and then on to the next one. But this is definitely, so want it finished. I want it to be in my Christmas display. I know exactly where I'm putting it and what I'm doing with it. Right, so Mrs. Claus's cookbook was from Living on the Rainbow, which is on Etsy. And she does lots of different books. If you're into Halloween, she's doing a couple of Halloween ones, or she's done one and doing another one. These little mushrooms, these houses, oh, she's got some beautiful stuff. Go and have a check out of her Etsy store, and they're reasonably priced, which is good. Right, now the other goodies. Next, Sarah Brazier, 1829, Queen of the May, from 2018. Sorry about the glare. Hands across the sea samplers. I love this. Oh, I'm so enjoying. This is stitched on 56 count, white. So I haven't dyed it. I'm probably going to stain it afterwards. But it's being stitched with DMC thread, so that can happen. Upside down. Right, and this is the whole view at the moment of Sarah. So we're about, I wouldn't say 3/4. I would say probably about 65% done, because there's still a lot of stitching to go. Okay, so this is where I worked on. Over here, I finished the crowns, the little, I don't know what they are. They're like little crosses, but they're not, if that makes sense. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be, but they are absolutely all the way through the sampler. So for those, the bird, the crown, the little flower, did some more fill-in on this tree. And I worked on some more of the satin stitches down the side here and across the top here. Not a lot of satin stitches done this time, but this was where I wanted to concentrate on. Sorry, down too low. This is where I wanted to concentrate on and try and get that completed. I do want to finish this border around here and keep it coming, so that I can start bringing it along this way, because I still got to put in the bone shape on that one, and I kind of want to get the outside satin stitches done before I do the inside ones. loving how Sarah is coming. Oh goodness. She's gorgeous. Can't wait to have her up on the wall either. Okay. The next one is Forest Embroidery Everflowering Garden. This one is being stitched on 46 count up in the attic. Yep, I even wrote it on the top. Not 46 count up in the attic. Using called for DMC threads, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colours. That's amazing. Only 10 colours when you think some of these samplers have so many different colours. This one only has 10 and it is gorgeous. Right. So, there we go. There is all that I've completed stitching so far. Row 1 and part of row 2. We'll just come in slightly closer, and this is where I worked on this time. So we finished off the dark pink in here, did all the strawberries along the top, finished off this plant here. We had to put the pot in and do all that plant. So that's the top row done, sorry, apart from the little side green bit that comes down, which is identical, come over this side, to this one here. So I wasn't too worried about that. I'll just bring that down as we come. So I'm not sure where I'm going next, whether I'm going to do the border or whether I'm going to come back, because there's another one of these, and whether I'm going to do that here, so that then I can start bringing in this here, which means then I can start jumping in these guys over here. It repeats itself. But love how that is coming out. I know, I say I love them all, and I do. Absolutely do. Okay. Forest Embroidery. 2 days of stitching. There and there. Okay. Bear with me one moment. Right. June is Lizzie the Stitcher's birthday month, and we've been doing a Stacy and Nash primitives stitch along from last year and this year. Lizzie finished hers last year and she's doing animal crackers, I think, this year. And no, I haven't fallen down the animal cracker rabbit hole. I love them. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. I have enough, plenty to keep going without going down that rabbit hole. Samplers rabbit hole is big enough, and so is the Christmas one. But here is the one that I started last year. Stacy Nash Primitives 1806 Manor House sewing roll, and I love this big red house is what attracted me to it. Sorry for the glare on that. It's an actual photo on the pattern. Now I'm stitching mine on 36 count baked clay from Fox and Rabbit. And here is where I'm at. So here's the bottom where the house is with the grass. And I don't know if you see it, or you can just. There's the pink there. And that light pink is the border that comes all the way along and then down. And then there's still the vine to come along and then down to almost right at the end there. This time, I stitched on these guys. So we got the girl done, the flower, the basket. I can't remember. I think I had this part done. Yes, because I went and concentrated on the girl instead of doing the roof on the house. Yes. So not much to go on the inside, the roof, the flowers, and two little flowers. One will go here and one goes about here. and then finish that little border, and then finish the vine border, which has got some flowers and leaves on it as well. And then finish filling in this big house. It does say 1806 in the middle there. I haven't put that in yet because I'm not sure what I want to put in here. I want to finish the rest of it before I decide, or nearly finish the rest of it before I decide. Where's the colours? Weeks Dye Works. Now on this one, because it's 36 count, I am doing a mix of 2 threads and 1 thread. Crazy, eh? Most of this is 1 thread, but the vine, because I did the grass in 2 threads, I've done the vine in 2 threads as well, but the leaves are in 1 thread. So the bones of the vine, 2 threads, which will come all the way along, and the leaves in 1 thread. Everything else is done in 1 thread. I don't know why I did 2 threads when I started stitching this part. And normally in 36 I still do 1 over 2 instead of 2 over 2, but we did 2 over 2, and then of course I started the house and I did 1 over 2, so all the rest becomes 1 over 2, but it gives a slight dimension to it. But she's so cute, isn't she gorgeous? So yep, Lizzie, I did make progress. I haven't finished yet, but I'm if I don't get it finished in the next few weeks, I will I'm traveling for work in August, and filling in that house on plane journeys and airport journeys, perfect. That will be happening, especially 36 count, easy to see. Right, my other 36 count project that I'm working on is Mary Ann Diaper 1826 from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. This is gorgeous. Now I dyed this fabric myself. It's tan and pink toned, so it's got blotches of pink, but I do love how it stands out. Right, so there's the full view, and here is what I worked on this time. So I had the branch, and I had the outline of the bird, the tanny gold colour. So the bird's been finished, the berries have been added to the branch, the strawberries here, and this my mind just went completely blank then. Berry bowl basket. Oh my gosh, berry basket. 1, 2, and finished off number 3 motif. Gorgeous. And that there is probably really about the true colour of the fabric, but it works really well with the colours. So I was going to finish this off, but I thought, oh, easy stitching, can do that anytime. Do the counting stuff. Still got to do the saying, and then these guys here are repeated on this side here, and then there is a saying in the middle here, but I'm not putting that in, and I'll explain that later when I get down to that part. Still got the flowers along the bottom, and then all the leaves this side and this side. Leaves are down at the top and down this side. So still a wee bit to go. Honestly, I would say about 55% completed. But Mary will be done. She's beautiful. DMC threads, 1 over 2. That's why I can't understand why I did 2 over 2 on that other one. Okay. Next, get rid of that one too. I should really take photos of what my lounge looks like when we're finished, because dynamite. Alright, next project. Hannah Campbell. 1838, Hands Across the Sea Samplers. This one is being stitched with, we're gonna fall out, 103 silk threads, and I'm stitching on 46 count. I got it as a kit, so 46 count vintage sand dune lakeside linens, and my kit I purchased from Traditional Stitches. And here is where I'm at with henna. Oh, these probably pretty true colour. We made a bit of progress. What did we finish? So we finished up this guy here, and he's gold and blue. We put the blue on the waves on this side. We then came up and did, A was already done. We've done B, C and E, and a couple of little stitches in, must be F, no, F, G, G. So slow progress, but there's actually a lot of stitching in henna. You think there's not, but when you actually start looking at it, there is a lot of stitches in this little sampler. Because this is literally an A3 board behind it. And I know it's got to come down, but it's still not a very big sampler compared to my normal. So there we go, there's henna. I need a helper, I really do. All right, Charlotte, Warrington, 1838, Needlework Press. This was the exclusive from Homespun Needleworks on Facebook. If you haven't joined, you need to. There is so many beautiful exclusives that come out during the year. You don't have to buy them all. I haven't bought any this year. Sorry, Julie. I have, I've been spending money on other things. But Charlotte, seriously, 5 minutes before I bought this. Love it. Being stitched with Wheat Stockings. And we stitched it on. Nope. I know it's Fox and Rabbit because it came with the kit. Because mine came from Australia. 46 count hog bristle. Okay. So this is where I'm at now. So I'm coming closer. I worked my way. This was done here, and I've worked my way up the border this time, the top and across. And this flower here is the flower that's in the middle at the top. I've now started coming back and doing the red on that, and as you can see, needle and thread still in there. I'll fill in the red and then I'll come back down. I did do, if I bring it in closer, you might be able to see it. A little bit washed, isn't it? There's the green there, but there is a yellow, a very, I mean, it's a beautiful gold, but it runs up the side. There's red, yellow, or red, gold, and green. Come up the sides. Okay, that wasn't the only thing part I worked on. I then went, swap sides, and I had the outline of the pond, 2 swans, and I'd done a little bit starting in of the pond water. So I finished filling that in. So I would do a couple of threads of this and a thread on the red. Come back and do another couple of threads of this and a thread on the red. It just helped break the boredom, but I'm glad, because now I'm going to turn this over because you had to get a whole yard of or no, it's whole stitches half, sorry, stitches half to I think, is that what they sent us? I don't know, a big piece of fabric anyway. And literally you can see there's a strip down that side and then a strip down the bottom that's all got to be cut off yet. That's how much beef fabric we got, which is wonderful because I can use that for other things. Right, there's Charlotte. So we're over halfway on top and bottom. What am I going to do next? I don't know. I think I'm going to do still a bit more here and kind of do what I did, because I actually got lots of progress by doing a couple of stitches, you know, a couple of threads here and then the thread on here. So I think I'll kind of keep working like that, because this gets a bit boring. I don't know about you guys, but I don't mind fill-in stitching. Love fill-in stitching. But when you've got so much, you can do, you know, a couple of hours of fill-in stitching and still feel like you got nowhere. And there's a lot of grass. I mean, that comes from where my finger is down, my thumb is down. It's, you know, there's still some animals on this side, but there's still a lot of solid green to come in yet. I don't want to finish the castle, so it might be red threads in here, red threads on here, and some green down here. Because I do want to get the bottom finished before I really start on the centre motifs. But I needed a change. So 1 thread over 2 on 46 count. She's gorgeous. Can't wait to work on her again. We'll pop those threads back in the bag before we lose them. Okay. Another one that I've been stitching on. Where's the book gone? Here it is. Florence Mary Dickinson. Now, Florence was an exclusive from Hobby House Needleworks. And once again, I haven't checked their website if it's still available. If not, secondary market, maybe. But she's gorgeous. Love the Florence one. 103 silks on. It's because I bought it as a kit. Cream Brulee from Tabby Cat Linen. And there's my silks. The one thing I like about getting kits from Hobby House is you normally get them with a little bag, which is great. Normally comes with the old scissor fob, and all my 103s are in there. But these are great to use later on. Absolutely wonderful. Only thing I don't like is the freight cost from them to New Zealand is ridiculous now, but that's okay. You just find some friends that want them to. Okay, here is so far Florence. She's beautiful. What did I work on? All right, so up here I finished all of this motif. Now I had some of it done. I finished off the individual flowers that were not completed. I worked a little bit border on this side, filling in some of the bells and some of the red flowers on this side, just using up threads. And then down here I've started doing the bottom part of the bow. There's still one more green line to go, and I did the bird on this side. So not a lot of progress, but progress still. And I still haven't decided which great grandmother I'm going to put on this one. Or I think it will be one of my great grandmothers. I'm pretty sure it will be. But I need to plot that out, and space wise I need to finish doing this border bones so I can then work on the border. What else are we going to do? This one here, over here, and there's a little motif, star motif that goes in those, and then another kind of one of these is slightly different, which will go here. So not bad, but she's another one I want finished this year, well and truly. The same with Sarah Brazier. That is my goal, is I'm going to put it out there, and you guys have to help me make this happen. I know I'm starting all those other ones, but I need to get these other guys finished. So Florence, Sarah Brazier, And They Sinned, Harriet Salt, what's the other one I want finished? Hannah Campbell. Oh, I see Mary. 2, 3, 4, 5. Must be 5. They are a must finish this year. Okay, if I get others finished, that's great. If I don't, that's okay too. As far as the samplers go, but those 5, and I'll probably jinxed it now, but those 5 are to be finished. Okay, so I pulled out another one from Stash Sampler Starts 2 years ago and put some more love into that. And that is, I Had a Father, Kind and True, Alice Clark, 1844. Sorry, the glue's pretty bad off that. This is from Cross Stitch Antiques. And here's the antique. But my gosh, this is beautiful. This is being stitched on 46 count hog bristle, using 103 silks, because I decided to spoil myself. And let's tighten up those little threads. Right, this is going to be kind of hard to tell, I think. Nope, we come closer, it will be fine. Right, so I did some more strawberries up here, and I bought the vine. This is the top. So I now know how tall she is. And then I came back down and I finished off this one here. I had to finish, did I have the pink? I think I still had to do the pink, and I know I definitely had to finish the 2 red flowers here. And I had some thread, border thread left, so I've just been slowly filling in along here because it's green and reds. I've got all the reds in, and now I'm just filling in with a thread every now and then just to fill in that, because all of that gets repeated on the other side, but different buildings and flowers. So I'm pleased with that progress on Alice. She's gorgeous. Lots of fun. Right, I did make a decision on another sampler though. Judith and I had our, we finally got to have our fortnightly Zoom, which we've both been busy for the last month and a half, so it was like once every 6 weeks now. And we get stitched for a couple of hours, chat away, and are working on our Uffendale sisters. Now, Judith's working on this way, and which is up here above my finger. And I had been working on Isabella Uffendale. Now, she is on a piece of 36 count. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, as I was with Judith, and I'm not enjoying this. I'm really not. It's quite a loose weave 36. It is a swike art, but it's very loose weave. And I've got that done. I've got the bones of the rest, but I've got that done, and I'm not enjoying it. Stitching it with DMC threads. So, I'm restarting. I know, you think I'm mad, and I am sometimes. But I'm going to turn this into something, what I've done. But if I'm not enjoying it, I'm not going to stitch on it. And I want to get Isabella done and up on the wall, but this is just not bringing me joy. And I know it's the fabric. I've persevered, I thought I'll be fine, I'll keep going, but honestly, no, it ain't gonna happen. There's a big truck reversing up the driveway next door to me. Sorry if you can hear the beeps. So yeah, not going to happen. So bye-bye, Isabella. I've got to dye some fabric by next Wednesday to restart it. To be fine. Fine. I did on Tuesday night. Ooh, probably. I mean, I love her. I want her on my wall. I really do. But my second debate is I also want to stitch Ruth. Do I start Ruth and give myself a complete break from Isabella, so I don't feel like I'm deja vuing on the same things, but they're very similar. And I am still going to do Ruth as well. No, I'm going to do Isabella. I'm going to do them in order. But yes, going to be stitched on probably 40 or 46. I've got both, so I just need to decide. But I think I'm going to dye for both of them at the same time, because the colours are pretty much the same anyway. And they need to be done. So yes, don't do it very often, but it's just not bringing me joy. And I still really love the pattern, and I want to do Isabella. I want her done, I want her completed. And I think I'll enjoy it more if I go to at least the 40 or 46. That's my go-to is 40, mostly 46 nowadays. But in 40, 46, 56, they are my go-tos. Why am I wasting my time stitching on that? Okay, so now you've got over that shock that Nurse is actually not going to finish that project and restart it. I have a couple other things to show you guys. Okay, so I do want to show you, just a reminder, Christmas in July, Jolly July, whatever you want to call it, Christmas stitching basically, for the next month. I'm working on 3 projects. The Mrs. Claus's cookbook, Aim, finished. The Prairie Schooler, 12 Days of Christmas, the centers, 12 centers, or centers 12 days. So that's a whip at the moment. 1, 2, 3, oops, I'm full fabric, it's got a pin in it, 4. 1's completed, 2 is almost there, and 3, 4 has some long way to go. But this is what needs to be worked on for Christmas stitching. And this is on top of all my sampler stuff. And my new project I'm starting is the JBW Sing a Song of Christmas Stockings. 15 for me times 2. 2 sets. These are quite quick though. There's not a lot of stitching, but they're gorgeous. Look at that ring there. Oh, beautiful. And they're not very big. 47 by 63, 46 by 66, 46 by 70. Oh, look at Santa. Gorgeous. So, you don't have to do the ones I'm doing, but I'm just encouraging people to pick up even a Christmas ornament, or if you're doing a bigger Christmas piece, pick it up, put some stitches into it for July, get yourself starting to think. For those that know me, I work for Spotlight in New Zealand. We're also in Australia. The company is based in Australia, it comes from Australia, and in Singapore - Malaysia. So I'm going to give you guys a little secret. Halloween fabric arrived yesterday. Yay, for those that love Halloween. And there's some beautiful Halloween fabrics this year. It was the start of it. There's still some more to come. But Christmas is coming in about 3 weeks. The Christmas fabric will be starting. So those that are waiting to start to finish some of their Christmas stuff or to plan their Christmas stuff, that fabric's coming. I'll let you know when it does, I promise. Alright, so I've been a little bit naughty, and I do need to confess it on my Stacy group. I think I've confessed one of them or two of them, and I can't check because it's on my phone. But I did buy, what are you, Magdalena? I can't pronounce your last name, not at the moment anyway. The Learn to Do Well, the newish one from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. I love these trees and this big vase. Am I going to do all of this? I don't know. I may actually make it a smaller sample. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry for the glare, guys. It's brand new. I don't want to take it out of the plastic yet. Yeah, I don't know if I want the saying. I may just shorten it and do basically the decorative motifs. And here, I might put an alphabet in instead. And looking at the size of it, it's 262 by 290. I may actually no, they didn't have, I was going to say I may name it after my grandmother, but she didn't have pear trees, so it kind of feels like it shouldn't be her. But I haven't done one for my nana yet. Maybe nana's, we'll see, but I think it's going to be a family member. Okay, I'm sure I confessed this to the girls. I know I did to Susie. I'm sure I did. So when Nicola brought out the cooked for Queen of the May, yes, I did buy it. When will it get put together? Who knows? But we'll get there. Okay, and then I have been a little naughty, and when I got home from the grocery shop, they were here today. Oh, so excited. I did buy willing hands from Inspirations. I love my samplers, and I'm going to throw it out there. I love my samplers. I love my Christmas. But I love this kind of stuff too. And you know I'm doing that casket, and I've got other little box ones and stuff like that I'm doing, and I've done. Some of them I haven't shown you all of them. But there's so much amazing stuff in here. Look at that book. That is just gorgeous. Oh, excuse me. There's pollen blowing around today. It's driving me nuts. And of course, I couldn't resist. I did buy willing hands too. From Inspirations. No hurry to, I mean, I am in a hurry to start something out of it, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, what else is in here? A little Etu book. Sorry, that glare from that light is real annoying, isn't it? Oh, I love it. So yes, some coffee table books, some new inspiration. I mean, even this one. Look at this gorgeous one. Oh, and all the little accessories. Just excites me. And this one. Okay, this is one I might start a bit earlier. I was trying to see if I can find a page with the whole set. So this is called the Bristol Bag E2. E-T-U-I? E-T? Not sure how to pronounce that. But look at it. Oh my gosh. I have to. I just have to. So yeah, you get to see a bit of my madness in my brain. There's one other thing I want to talk about. So we've been discussing for a little while, my group of friends, some of us, about designing, starting, stitching our own samplers. Anne, hi Anne, has popped it up on our New Zealand cross stitch group. We've made a separate Facebook group, and it's stitch your own sampler, design your own sampler, starting next year. So I've had lots of thoughts on this. I've got a notebook full of what I want to put in it, bits and pieces and ideas, images from old samplers that I want to, use that, but with my colorways. So I have decided, and I'm gonna go grab it. Hold on. All right. So this is for next year, but I just want you guys to start thinking. I have a frame that I bought from secondhand shop. She is solid wood. There's the glass in there. But she's a big girl, right? None of my samplers that I'm stitching will fit in her. So I'm gonna make my sampler work for her. I have, I'm sorry for the crinkle. What have we got? 55 count. It says Kingston cream linen. I bought this for a couple of other projects, but I've got a whole meter, so there's plenty here. This is what I'm going to use to make my sampler to fit into my frame. And this is only a small selection of the 103 silks. I can't hard to see all the colours that I have. There's probably a better view. I have 3 containers. Not quite the whole set yet though. 3 containers full. And of course I've got the ones that are in all the projects that I'm stitching that I'm going to have plenty left over. And that is my sampler. So I've made some decisions. Like I said, I've got a notebook, I've got ideas in it, what I want to put in it. And it's going to be about me. And it's going to be for me. So my vision is, on my family wall, my big one, i.e. this, is in the middle. And then all my grandmothers, my great-grandmothers, etc. are all around the outside of it. I've kind of planned it out because it's in my bedroom. And I know it's going to work. Yay for me! Exciting. Can't wait. Thank you, Anne, for putting the group together. You have got me more motivated to get this more progress on, to get more ideas. I have been searching images. I have pulled out all of, I should already pull them over and show you, all of my antique sampler books, all of my motif books, my alphabet books, all of those, which is about 2 stacks full. I'll show you one bag. Hold on. I'm not going to pull them out. This is one stack of books that has earmarked pages of what I like. And another stack. And there's still one more yet. So I think I have plenty of inspiration. I do, yeah, like I said, I know what my key components are. I know what my favorite little bits are going to be. I know what I know it's going to have a house. I know it's going to have flowers. I know it's going to have scenes from my childhood, if you like, things that have meaning to me. I'm going to put some Kiwiana animals and bits and pieces in it because they've been part of my life. And I want to go back through my books because I know I've seen some absolute gorgeous rose borders, and that is what I want on my sampler. I love my roses. And that is going to be my main border. It's going to have a house that had meaning to me in my life. Like I said, there's going to be lots of little things, so won't be starting that till next year, but we're going to talk about it as we go because I want everyone to start thinking about their own one. You don't have to do gigantic like I am. You know, I like my big samplers, and I want to make sure I can fit everything in. I do have a slightly smaller, God, he really is annoying me today. I do have a slightly smaller frame if need be, but we're going to aim to fill that guy up. And it's not that big. It looks big, but honestly, his eyes on the sparrow, consider the lilies, it is exactly the same size stitching as that, just on the 56, so we can put a bit more in. Alright, I think you're probably ready to run away. It's a bit of madness out of Nurse's brain, what's going on in it, where I'm at, what I need to get done. So we'll still be doing more samplers, working on those. Christmas stitching is of, what are we, so it's Thursday 26 today, must be Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever the first is. We'll start some of the other Christmas stitching. We're still going to have our red thread, which will be Harriet, Christmas stitching, Harriet, and samplers. And my stash sampler starts are stacked up over by the couch over here, and I've got a blanket over top of them so that I can't see them, because otherwise I want to start them now and we have to wait till the 1st of August. But I can plan my other Christmas or New Year start of my other sampler. So yeah, join us if you like. We're going to be talking about sampler stuff in that group between now and then. Everyone, you know, helping each other out, giving ideas, etc., or ideas on what you're going to do. I haven't posted yet. I will, and I promise. But honestly, there's lots of resources out there if you want to do this, to use. There's so much booklets and just the old-fashioned pattern books. I'll show you one here. I like these. If you can get these are really old-fashioned. This one's a McCall's, but there is other brands. And like, honestly, it's like this. So you don't have to use that colour. I mean, that's a teddy bear. But there's so much in these. Lots of design ideas. These guys. And these are all old books. When was this one published? 1984. You know? I don't like the colours of some of them. But some beautiful scenes. Some beautiful ideas that can be put into those or used part of to make a sampler. Flosstubes I've watched. Oh my goodness. A lot. One moment. Okay, I'm going to mention a few Flosstubes that I've watched lately. Some of them you guys will know. Some of them you might not. So, the first one I want to give a shout out to is Thistle Threads with Trisha Wilson. And I can't pronounce your last name, Trisha. It's Nguyen. Now, Trisha does tours and talks, tours of embroidery places. She's well connected. But she goes into the museums and does some tours and stuff like that of the expeditions, and shows you bits and pieces. There's lots of chats with other needleworker people, and I've been following Trish for a while, but she's had some absolutely amazing ones. So you get to see some of the samplers we'd never see in such a long time. So definitely, I'm going to put her in the description box. Definitely, if you love samplers and you love even the old embroidery, she's one to go and watch. Doesn't post very often, but there's a lot there that you can go back and forth. I mean, some of them I just put it on and let it play. A new Flosstuber, Paula Stone. She's just done her first one, and absolutely beautiful stitching, Paula. She's been, you know, away from the community for a few years, but has started her channel and wonderful stitching. There's another one I've watched. I'm just clicking through. Katie Stratton, Embroidery. Love your channel, Katie. You inspire me. I think that's what's inspired me to look at a lot of the older embroidery patterns as well, not just the cross stitch. And I have a few ideas for that as well. Working on something there. What else did I watch? Mama Loves You GB, Michelle. Hi. Love your channel. Love what you're doing. And So Me Sarah is another one. That if you're not watching, you need to go and watch Sarah. She's wonderful. And of course, Creative Lee, Lizzie the Stitcher, both from New Zealand, Davis Quilting Stitching, Moonshine Stitchery, always, Whips and Kits, Heidi, who else have I watched? Kindred Stitcher. Of course, some of these you guys will have known. Now, there was another one I watched the other day. Oh, Carol. Hi, Carol. Soapbox Stitcher. Stitching Faye. Hope you had a great holiday. Just So Sherry. Girl. It's alright. Your madness hasn't got as much as I have yet. You're doing fine, lovey. And I'm loving your Anne. Oh my goodness. I'm just trying to find through my history. There's a new Flosstuber. Sorry, bear with me. And I want to shout her out. Oh, of course, I watched Audrey from Stitch Stitch Bead. Had to watch her. Couldn't miss. Attic Needlework Shop. Oh my gosh. Caroline and the girls. Wonderful. I hope your sampler. No, is it Sampler or Bristol? I can't remember what it was this weekend. Just been, was wonderful. Where are you? Oh my goodness. And you New Zealanders will be shouting it at me. I know you will. Prairie Winkle Stitcher. Hi. I love watching your samplers and your quilting. Oh, I need to get back into my quilting. Naughty. My stitching has taken over my life. It's pretty normal. Here we are. Fee Kyle. She just put up her first one. She's another New Zealander. And Fee has done some beautiful beautiful stitching, but beautiful samplers. She's working on some amazing projects. You guys need to go and see and follow Fee. Absolutely wonderful. First Flosstube, beautiful. I love it. Brenda and Laura, of course. Who else did I watch lately? That's probably really it. I know there's lots of others, but they're the main, I guess the main ones I've watched lately. I'm just going to put the laptop down now. I have to go in there to find the list because it's on my phone. Alright, so remember, one stitch at a time. We'll get the samplers done, the Christmas stitching done, the chaos behind me on the floor done, and even when I start my own sampler stitching, my own sampler design. Can't wait. So excited. It's a long wait though, Anne. It really is. Alright guys, happy stitching. Bye.